Big shout out and thanks to our friends at RelaxTime for sending us this 6-person spa. We have a Coleman or a Best Way spa. We needed something that's a little bigger because the family's growing. We've got 6 people in here sometimes. It's beautiful looking. It matches our wicker type design outside, and it's very simple to put up and set up as I'm going to show you right now. It takes about 240 gallons of water, so get ready to do that. And it's going to take somewhere between 8 to 12 hours, depending on what your starting temperature is, to heat it up to about 104 degrees. So give it an all-day thing. Turn it on in the morning. She'll be ready for you at night. Make sure all the components are here, and they certainly are. This comes with a lot of nice bonuses that my Salu Spa did not come with. So I'm very happy about that, including 4 padded seats for the bottom, which is really nice. If you ever sat in the bottom of a Salu Spa, you kind of slide around. This gives you a little bit more cushion, and it raises you up a little bit if you want to, or you can just move off to the side, and I'll show you how to install those as well. Just take it out of the bag and keep that bag in case you want to fold it up and put it away sometime. Sometimes when weather gets a little too cold, when it's under freezing, it just takes too long to heat it up. But we're here in Florida, so we could use this thing all year. So this is the top cover, and I'll show you how that goes on. Just kind of unfold it a little bit, and then you're going to twist out. So this is really interesting because the pump and the heater and the air pump are all integrated inside the inflatable assembly. So there's no separate box, which is really nice for a really clean looking installation. Just put one end of the air tube in here and screw that in nicely. This is going to blow your air in. And actually, air pump's built in. They don't want you to use an external air pump. Everything you need comes with this kit. And here's the air input. You just unscrew this guy, and you put the little attachment in there. It fits right in there really nicely and nice and tightly. And it will fill up this entire spa. And you can fill it up if you need a little bit more air while there's water in there. You could do that too. Just connect it the same exact way, and it will fill it up nicely. It's got this little screw doodad on the front, so you can attach that nice and tightly. You only take half of that piece off, and you'll see it when the whole thing comes out, but you just put that piece in there. The piece stays screwed in there, and your hose just fits neatly into the external hole there. Right like that. And you'll fill it up with air in just a couple of minutes. It takes about 4 or 5 minutes. And this is where you're going to plug it in. You're going to definitely need a 110, but probably a dedicated circuit, because this guy, when it's running bubbles and heat, is probably going to pull 11 to 12 amps. So a 15 amp dedicated circuit is at least what you need. A 20 amp is better. And make sure you can, it's a GFI circuit as well, just to keep you safe. So I'm going to fill it up with air. I sped it up a little bit here, about 4 or 5 minutes. And this is really interesting. It comes with a barometer. It's a legit barometer that will tell you if it's overinflated or underinflated. If you're in the green area, you are good to go. It tells you how many pounds per square inch, and that is really neat. I've never seen that with any other inflatable spa. And it's normal to have a little bit of give because the water is going to press on this. I can sit on it. It's stable, rock solid. I had no leaks in mine, so that was great. Filled it up. We'll just twist this air plug back on there nice and tight, so we have no problems. The air stays in there securely, and we are good to go. I'm loving the finish, the wicker finish. I've never seen this on another spa as well. Here is the top. This also needs to be inflated, so before you put your hose away, we'll just fill this up as well. And this is the inflatable, they call it a bladder, which is going to keep your water warm. It's like an insulation mechanism. It sits on top of your water, and then the vinyl cover goes on top of that. And unlike my Salu Spa, which is a real pain, they're not actually attached together. They just sit on top of each other, as I'll show you in a second. This was so much easier to do because I was trying to stuff that thing in my Salu Spa, and it was frustrating because it didn't tell you in the instructions when to inflate it and when. Oh, it's just ridiculous. So fill this up. Takes about a minute or so. It doesn't have to be really, really tight. And now we're going to put our air hose away. Make sure everything on here is nice and tight. This is our pump hose. And again, the entire pump and the heater, everything is built inside the inflatable assembly. And I thought that's really nice, a really neat looking. It saves a bunch of space too, but a neat looking arrangement here. So we're going to unplug it now. And here are the filters. Since this is the 4 to 6 person, the larger one, it has this, it's a hair filter. And it has 2 of these guys on there. And they do give you 2 filters. and they screw in. It's a little easier if you take this cover off. It kind of slides around a little bit, but you know me, I'm trying to save time here. So you're going to screw 2 of these in, and there's one on the left side here if you're looking towards the controller. So 2 water filters, which is going to keep your water really, really clean. And leave that little white thing on there because that is the hair filters. You won't get any hair inside, which will make your pump last longer, and that's nice. Make sure your drain is secured. And this, I didn't know what this was. I couldn't find what it was in the instruction book. It's actually a cup holder. So you slide these 2 little arms in, and it hangs over the side. And it's pretty secure once you fill up your hot tub with water. And these are interesting. This is where your seats go. This actually secures your seats to the bottom so they don't float away. You can buy aftermarket seats, but this is nice because this is built specifically for this hot tub. And this is brilliant. The RelaxTime really thought of everything. Very important. Determine the final position. Here's your drain. And it's going to be directly underneath the controller, and also your outlet, your plug, is going to be there. It's about 10 feet long, so you've got a lot of room to play with here. You really don't want to hook an extension cord up to this unless it's like 10 gauge. I've blown out 12 gauges with other models, not with this one, but I plug this directly into my outlet. So you're going to move that around because once it's filled with water, the thing's going to weigh about 2 tons. So keep that in mind if you're putting that on a patio or a deck. The thing is really heavy once you have 240 gallons of water in here. So you're going to fill it up. It's going to take a little while. You can put 2 hoses in there to speed that up. And there it is. You've got a fill line. You've got a minimum fill and a max fill. I'm probably next time going to fill it up to the max. I wasn't sure how high the water is going to go because you're going to have a little spillover once you put 4 to 6 people in here. Yeah, we haven't done that yet. Oh, make sure you take all these caps off too. And this is really nice. They give you a nice little foot pad. And it's nice. It actually feels really good under your bare feet. All right, so here's the controller. We can turn it on. We can turn our bubbles on. 130 jets, providing a nice little airflow and just enough. It's not too strong, not too weak. It's just right, and it's around the entire periphery of the bottom. So everybody, no matter where you're sitting, you're going to get some of the bubble action, which feels really good, especially when the water's really hot. Now just know that once you put these bubbles on, the temperature is going to start to go down if the ambient temperature outside is lower if we had a couple 60-degree nights. So once you put these bubbles on, it kind of helps decrease the temperature of the water. So just keep that in mind. It's a normal cooling process like blowing on soup. So there she is. She is ready to go. So we're going to let it heat up. And at nighttime, we're going to jump in here and try it out. Oh, here's the cover. This is the bladder, the air bladder I told you about, which is excellent insulation. And then the vinyl cover snaps on. And there are child safety tools, too, so you can lock these clips into place. So there's no way your kids can get in without that little tool. It's like a little screwdriver. And the little plastic tabs come with the kit, and that's really thoughtful. So there it is. It's ready to go. It's heating up, getting ready for our grand entrance. And night came around. We got up to about 100 degrees. Remember, you could turn this thing all the way up to about 104. The bubbles stay on for about 20 minutes, and you really shouldn't stay in it much longer than that. You can reset it after 10 minutes, but super comfortable, feels great. RelaxTime has a winner. I am loving this inflatable spa, and I think you will too. Enjoy.